up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we're gonna go over Raw this week. Was in jolly old London, England, and well, this is the last of the UK tour, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss having Raw in the middle of the day. You know, it felt good. Got to watch Raw in the middle of the day, and by the time it was done, got to do dinner, clean up from dinner, make the show, put it out there for everyone, kiss bang bang boom, and then yeah, that was it. I was happy with that. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that they're going to be going back to our regularly scheduled program next week. I'm just saying I was developing quite the happy little rhythm. Either way, before we get into this week's show, I want to remind everyone, we are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you are listening to this in audio form or watching this in video, look at the description tab, you'll see the link, and if you're paying attention to the video itself, scan that QR code right there on the screen, and it will take you to WWE Shop. You make whatever purchase you want off of WWE Shop using that link or the QR code, and we here at the Vicious Studios will receive a small nominal commission to help improve the show for you. So as I always say, let us help us improve this for you, please. Now, before we go and get into Raw, let's switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out with Cody Riley Russell Reynolds the 23rd coming on out, addressing the crowd, hyping up the match with CENA, obviously. Then gets interrupted by Randall Kenneth Orton. Randy comes out, and he looks at him and is like, Cody, I give you a lot of credit, man. You did stuff most people would never be able to do. You left, you came back, you made yourself into a name, and then you came back, and now look at you, you're champ. Now, you're walking into Mania as champ. I got no doubt you're going to walk out as champ. I'm going to be real with you, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm coming for that. Now, while unlike John, I'm not going to kick you in the balls and hit you from behind. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking for a 15th title reign. So, and then, boo, the place went banana for it. So I'm all for Randy versus Cody. You know, that's been rumored and hyped up since Randy's return. Well, as they're going on with this, then we get interrupted by Drew McIntyre, who then comes out, whoa, hold on now, boys. You see, I've been warning everyone about John Cena for a long time. Nobody wanted to listen to me. No, nobody wanted to listen to me. In fact, Randy, just between you and me, nobody else will say this to you, but I will. Your back is built like a stack of twigs, and I'm not afraid to break it. If you think you're getting a shot at that championship before me, you're gravely mistaken. Because I would be world champ right now if it wasn't for that Timu Undertaker Damian Priest. And then leads to some back and forth squabbling. And then Randy issues a challenge saying, how about me and you have a match later tonight? So yeah, they're going to have a match. We'll get to that in a moment. But the other highlights from SmackDown were Street Profits defended their coveted tag team championships against the two most tastiest snacks on SmackDown. Yes, boys! Pretty Deadly. Whoo! Now, the Profits obviously won. I'm not going to lie. I wanted Pretty Deadly to win because I wouldn't have minded a side plate check. You know, side plate check. I wouldn't have minded that. I would have been all for that, but it is what it is. We also had Piper Niven and Alba Fire doing a tag match against K2, Katana Chance, and Caden Carter. And Aside from the fact this is the first time I've seen K2 on TV in a long while, the biggest takeaway I can say from this match, it was actually something my son pointed out to me, watching with me. He just looked at me with straight dead look in his eyes. Dad, how hard do you think it is for those girls to wrestle wearing a suit? You know, buddy, you got a point. That's got to be really hard. So yeah, I get golf clap, everyone. Golf clap. Little Men at Work reference there. But yeah, I give them mad credit for being able to do that in a suit. Now, Piper and Alba, obviously, they got the win. And then next up we had a title match. We have Braun Strowman challenging L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy, yeah, let me talk to you. He defending his coveted United States Championship outside the U.S., which always kind of confused me, like, why defend the U.S. title outside the U.S.? You know, why not defend the U.S. title in the U.S.? You know, much like you would have the Intercontinental Championship defended intercontinentally. Alright, the joke sounded better in my head, okay? I tried. And yes, I did not have that ad-libbed or on a cue card behind the screen. So no, Wade did not feed me that. Either way, Strowman and Knight had their match. It ended in a DQ with Strowman getting the win via DQ because Jacob Fatu came up out of nowhere, wrecked shit up, beat the living hell out of them, and then did 2 moonsaults onto Braun Strowman. Now we're going to be getting a big old hoss fight between these two again. I don't know if it's going to be at WrestleMania, or I don't know if it's going to be on TV before Mania or after Mania, but my God, I am salivating at the idea of them two going at it again. Just, I want that so bad. Now, we also had Mia Yim going against Charlotte Flair, and now before the match happened, Naomi attacked Michin and B-Fab, easy for me to say, before the match, and this was more so to build up Naomi's new character and heel persona. Okay, all well and good, because, you know, we're going to get Jade and Naomi, and I'm all for that. Now, as far as the match with Michin and Charlotte went, it was good. These two got good chemistry. They worked together plenty of times. And Charlotte wound up getting the win. No shocker, especially given that it's WrestleMania season. We also had, now we come to Drew versus Randy. This was a really good match. I liked it. This was probably hands down match of the night on SmackDown for me. Now it ended with Drew getting the win because Kevin Owens showed up out of nowhere, distracted Randy, and then Drew wound up being able to pop a Claymore on him, get the 1, 2, 3. Post-match though, Randy wound up getting his senses, beat the living crap out of Kevin, sizing him up, ready to go for the punt, and then KO ran the hell out of Dodge. Yes, I know. We are getting it. It's built. This is the anticipation and the build-up. And I am salivating at that idea at WrestleMania when Randy finally, wham, hits that kick. Just, oh, yes, so good. Yeah. Now, after the match, you also saw Drew doing a backstage interview as he's leaving, talking about, you know, how he delivered on what he said he was going to do, which was beat the crap out of Randy. And now, look, Damian Priest isn't anywhere around. He said he was going to be here. I was going to be on notice. He's not here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go. I'm going to go out and party. I'm going to go and have a few. If you see me, don't be afraid to say hi. See you guys later. Goes to leave, opens up a door to get into the garage, opens it up. Priest is there just looking at him like, having like a Jason Voorhees look. And then it's just like, oh fuck. And then boom, them two start going at it, scrapping, throwing hands, something fierce. They go and one of them tosses one of them onto the car. I don't remember who it was, onto a car. Guy comes out of the car. Hey, that's my car. And then you just see Priest literally grab him and throw that dude onto a table. And then they keep going at it. And then eventually Priest winds up gouging Drew in the eye and then throws him through the windshield. And as Right after he's done that, you hear all the agents, refs, security and all, hey, come on, back off. And you just hear a priest say, all right, I'm done. For now. Your ass is mine, boy. And then he walks off, and the whole time, and then you hear Drew doing, I got glass in my eye. And there's been pictures circulating around on the internet of Drew wearing an eye patch. Don't know if it's a work or if it's legit, but dude, fucking A, cool. Then we had Miz versus Jimmy Uso. This kind of felt more like a filler match, but yeah, Jimmy wound up getting a win. And folks, I got to apologize because last week I did say it was supposed to be this Friday that I'm talking about. Jimmy was supposed to go against Gunther. That challenge was actually laid out for this Monday that we're going to be talking about in a minute. Jimmy wound up getting a win, so yeah. Now we come to the closing segment of the night. Roman Reigns, Seth Elizabeth Rollins, because I was right all along, his middle name was not frickin' damn it, and Clarence Montague Punk, all to do a contract signing. Roman comes out, I came out here to do two things, get acknowledged and sign a contract. Acknowledge me, yay! Now let's get this contract over with. Out comes Seth. Roman, man, my man. We made history in this building. Keep in mind they're in the O2. And we came out in a helicopter here. You know? We made history. We came here with the idea of burning this place down to the ground and building it in our image. And now look at us. I don't know about you, but I'd say mission accomplished. Roman looking like, what? Like, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished? Listen to me, little brother. All this is all me. Me right here. I did this. I made this. I made this what it is today. I made this company to the point where it's making billion-dollar deals on a regular. We didn't do shit. And then Seth completely snaps. You see, this is the kind of attitude that we have. This is the kind of attitude that the problem they have. It's this attitude. It's always you. It's not us. It's not always about you. Why do you think I always do what I have to do? I always have to clean up your mess. And now look, you bring the biggest snake on the face of this planet into the garden. You bring CM Punk back in the war. You let CM Punk waltz on back into WWE, and you bring him into War Games. So then, as Seth is getting more and more mad and fuming, then out comes Punk. He gets on the mic. I am here to sign a contract and chew bubblegum. Spits the gum out, and I am all out of bubblegum. Very shades of Rowdy Piper-like. And then he gets his hands on the contract, he's thumbing through it, looking through it. And Roman, what you needed highlighted? Wise man, talk to him. And then Paul just leans over to him. I know what you're looking for. It's in there. You're closing on night one. You, my boy, are main eventing WrestleMania. For the first time in your life, you can say with pride, you are a WrestleMania main eventer. Mwah! And then gives him a big kiss on the head as a father so proudly would of their child. And then Seth completely loses it, snapping, No! Main event in WrestleMania is an honor. It's a privilege. Wipe away those tears. You don't deserve it. He don't deserve that. No way. He didn't do nothing to earn that right. And then drops the mic, walks off with like a fuck you, I'm out kind of deal. Roman then laughing and all sorts of giddy. See, one man's dream is another man's favor done. Sign the paper, let's go home. But before you leave, acknowledge me. Punk signs it, gets down on a knee, looks at Roman. My tribal chief, Roman Reigns. I acknowledge you. Thank you for getting to main event against me at WrestleMania. And one more thing. That wasn't the favor. And then as you see Roman get a bewildered face on him like, what? You hear Punk, or not Punk, you hear Paul Heyman, oh come on! And then the show ends. I thought that was brilliant. Especially with the Paul Heyman, oh come on part. Like, dude, seriously? I just gave you the main event of the biggest night of the year. What more do you need? But either way, with that said, now let's get into this week's show. Raw in London. It starts out with John Cena coming down. And London did not miss a cue. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. And he's walks down, very calm, almost like a man on death row. Like, Gets in the ring, doesn't say a word. Next thing you know, just as he puts the mic up to his mouth, boom, boom. Wrestling has more than one royal family. And then out comes Cody. Cody comes to address him. No. We've heard you talk for the past couple weeks. Now it's my turn. My turn to ask you, John, why? Why did you do what you did? Excuse me. Cena then, very calm, very poised. You want to know why I did what I did? Fine. It's because of you. Because when you started out, you rode with me. You worked with me. And yet, all you did, you left, you left, you did this, you did that, all that, blah, 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 blah. All you did was take everything I did and make it your own. You didn't do anything original. You went out and made it you. You didn't go out and make you. You went out and made a copy of me. And the fact that you had to do that instead of being you to get to this point, that is an insult. You are so mediocre that you couldn't even make yourself. You had to go and copy off of somebody. And what? You want me to go and make jokes about you what? Because you got a lisp? Because you got a neck tattoo? Because you were Stardust? No. No. You see, you are no different than any of them. You are nothing more but a glorified super fan. Just, ooh, that's a big burn. Like, I cannot wait until WrestleMania to beat you and to walk away with that title and never let it come back again. And then, Cody, you want to say I'm one of them? You know what? You say I didn't. You say that I copied you. I didn't make myself. You're right, I didn't make myself. They made me. They cheered for me. They built me and pulled me forward. Unlike some people who got force-fed down our throats for years and was to the point you had to go away to be cheered. And the only difference between you and me is my boss didn't force feed me down anyone's throat. Yours did, and we don't talk about him no more. So, yeah, a VKM reference there. Whew. So, John, you want to go and say, I dress like a 16-year-old kid, studying public speaking? Go ahead, say that all day long. You want to go and make fun of me because you want to say I'm a fan? By all means, go ahead. You want to go and say this? Go ahead. But here's the thing. Puts down, you want to go, we can go. Cody then sizes him up, like, all right, come on, boy. Cena is like, No. 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 Wags a finger, starts to walk away, and then turns back around for a cheap shot. Cody catches him, and then boom, hits him with the crossroads. Now, I did also just remember at one point, Cody did also get him. John Good with, hey John, you want to say I'm you? Well, let me ask you this. How often has there ever been a chant against me saying I can't wrestle? Ooh, you want to talk about a deep cut right there. Whew. Yeah. So, but anyways, after the you can't wrestle part, then there was the finger wag and then the crossroads. So, yeah, I gotta say, that was really damn good. So, with that said, let's get into the rest of the show. The first match of the night, the New Day, going against, drum roll please. Seriously, Wade, we still can't afford a drum roll. Folks, buy some stuff off WWE Shop using our links, so that way we can afford a drum roll, please. Anyways, Adam Pearce came out and said, New Day, you wanted to challenge, you wanted to prove you are worthy contenders for the tag titles. Well, since we are in London, I can't think of any two better people for you to go against than Tyler Bate and Pete Dunn, the New Catch Republic. So yes, New Catch Republic's back. Pete Dunn and the big strong boy Tyler Bate is back. Oh my god, that's so cool to see. Which is funny because I was just reading a thing saying on how Tyler Bate was going to be out for a couple months because of I believe it was a torn pec injury. I guess he was he got that John Cena treatment for rehab and just boom, wound up getting back super quick. But either way, as far as this match went, really good solid action with Dunn and Bate leading up into the commercial break. Post break, Pete was the team punching bag. Tyler got the hot tag in, very much so what you would expect, especially given his big return. Really cleaned house, was doing great. Absolutely loved seeing him back on TV. And match came to an end with the New Day. What was it? It was Woods pulled Bate off the apron when they were getting ready to go do a double team onto Kof. And then Kof knocked out Dunn, tagged in Woods. Woods held him, and then Kofi went up. And they did the daybreak onto Pete Dunne for the 1-2-3. Post-match, they did an interview with Kathy Kelly, saying that they deserve now a shot against the tag champs. War Raiders came out, and then there was a stare down. Next up, we now have the match Jimmy Uso going against Gunther. And oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, this has got storytelling all over it. Now, I'm just going to say this now. If that triple threat with Roman, Seth, and Punk was not main eventing night one of Mania, this right here would have been my whole reason on why this should main event night one. But either way, Gunther, he was leading at the start of the match. Jimmy really shined and was just going all out on this. And was just all gas, no brake, no pun intended, and no rip on Jacob. But that's on how it was. Jimmy was. But once Gunther got his step going, man, he got it going and just laid an ever-loving beat down on Jimmy. And it wasn't even like a you owed me money kind of beating. It was more like a I'm going to give you a coming to Jesus meeting. And for those who don't know what a coming to Jesus meeting is, it's where you get whipped so bad, even if you are not a Christian in any way, shape, or form, you are asking for Jesus to come down and stop this ass whooping from happening. Yeah, that's a coming to Jesus meme. But Gunther wound up getting the win, doing a sleeper on the Jimmy. Post-match, proceeds to go and do some more with the choke out. Jay comes out to go and save him. Jay goes, helps him. They go to a break. Post-break, you see Jay helping Jimmy walk out. Gunther, excuse me, I'm sorry. Gunther returns out of nowhere, knocks them both down, beats the living crap out of them, and then gets zip ties and ties Jay to the rope, and then he proceeds to beat the ever-loving hell out of Jimmy right in front of his brother, to the point Jimmy is all busted open, bleeding, looking like a mess. Almost like 2009 Randy Orton-ish. And just like, oh my God! Like, damn! Damn! Dude went ballistic on him! Like, yeah. So, next up, we got tag action. We got Penta and the big bad booty nephew himself, Bron Breakker, going against Finn Balor and Dominik Mysterio. The boys are back on the same page. Because as Finn said, family fights sometimes. It happens. But we patched things up. We're good now. So, yeah. So, a lot of good action. Penta and Breakker, they were leading into the commercial break. Penta wound up being the punching bag post-commercial break. And then Breakker wound up getting the hot tag. And it was a decent match. I'm saying this in a nice way. It's not meant to be insultive, but this felt almost very paint by numbers-ish. But the action was good, you know. But it was what it was. It was what it was. I was happy with the ending because it was different than what I expected, you know. Finn and Dom wound up getting a win. Finn wound up doing a coup de grace on the Penta, and that came to be after Penta had, what was it? Yeah, he had Balor set up for Bron to go and hit. Balor got out the way at the last second, and then Penta wound up getting speared by Bron Breakker by accident. So then that's when Finn capitalized, hit the coup de grace for the 1-2-3. Now, after that, then you saw post-match, we saw an interview with Breakker, and then you saw Penta get all up in his face, like, how could you do this, blah, 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 why are you doing that to me, bro, all that stuff. So now we come to the main event of the night. Rhea Ripley going against CEO Sky with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee, and oh dear Lord, definitely needed the heart pills for this one. Thankfully, I had them on hand. Anyways, this is a good match. Really good, nice, solid tie-up and good punching, good sizing up with throwing shots and slugs at each other at the start. I gotta tell you, I dug on how Bianca was actually being, on how Bianca was as a ref instead of doing 1, 2, 3. Hey, come on, break it up. No, she went all the way up to 4 and then got in between and sandwiched them. Like, hey, come on, break it up now, break it up. And was like that. But I dug it. I thought it was good. Bianca, she was actually pretty decent as a referee. Now, she wound up taking a ref bump twice. Once was by Rhea by accident, getting a running boot. Rhea wound up looking like, oh, fuck. And then went back to the match, hit EO with a riptide, wound up going a pin. They counted and it went up to 20. So, yeah, that was something. And at another point, EO wound up hitting Bianca by accident as well. And then after that, Rhea was just, or not Rhea, Bianca was just like, you know what, that's it. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this. Ring the bell. Call for it. Calling it now. And then you just hear Alicia Taylor get on the mic. The referee has stopped the match due to a double disqualification. So your champion is still EO Sky. Afterwards, EO's like, oh, yay, I'm still champ, woo! Rhea was obviously mad, and then all three girls started going at each other, fighting, hemming and hawing. It ended with Rhea taking out both, hitting a riptide on EO, and then doing a riptide off the middle rope, doing an avalanche riptide to Bianca off the middle rope, and then Rhea standing tall and triumphant over both of them. we're definitely getting a triple threat with them with them three at Mania. There's no doubt on that. So, with that said, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like on normal, please do not forget to like the videos, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also, folks, make sure to thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, don't forget to check out whatamaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. We got t-shirts. We got t-shirts, women's tees, tanks like what I'm wearing, long sleeves, toddler tees, and baby onesies. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a gift or something to buy just so that way you can give it to Goodwill and hold on to your good stuff right there. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool ass casts right here on the Twitter, DSB_IV, main event _net, the Main Event Wrestling Network account, Sergeant Curry Pants 3 Count Thursday, and D Dryer 1986. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.